Good morning, everybody. Monday on Astral Oracles. I'm going to channel the Hathors on who they are and their relationship to us and their place in the seed race lineage. And it's a part of this cycle of the 12 seed races and this continuation, which I've been bringing through a lot of information on, but which is still incomplete and being filled out. So I need to channel the Orions at some point too, I believe. And I'm sure we'll get to them all, or that there is some kind of a grand scheme that I'm tapping into here, and I hope that it's somehow serving or resonating with you to be keeping up with. And with that said, I send you my love. Blessings and peace we bestow upon you and bring to you from our realm, our heart center, and our being, and into your awareness. Our friend here is attempting to translate the information that we are bringing him into geographical coordinates. We are trying to explain to him how our home star is located in the constellation of Calliope. He is a little consternated around the pronunciation of this name. Calliope, he believes it to be in English. Well, our star here is then located as the outer upper star in the uppermost right corner of this constellation, when you see it represented in a two-dimensional depiction, as you enjoy to do. This is our home light. This is our home frequency. This is the radiance which fed our organism as it grew into awareness and became aware of the all which we all share. It is a medium, this all. It is densities between us which connect us and keep us wired into each other's experience. See this reconnection troubles humanity at present. Your separation became an intense experience for you. And yet, as you reconnect, you find that being wired into energy at large is also upsetting. So this is your conundrum. Do you step into a closed circuit or an open circuit? You can't assess this morally, meaning there isn't any type of right or wrong to these decisions. They are adaptations to realities, relationships. Because reality only it exists in relationship. It resists any kind of singular definition. And the interplay is, when does an impulse then enter into a closed dance, a smaller circuit where intensity can be cultivated? And when does it open up into mass ecstasy and experience itself instead as wide, as whole, and as complete in its absence from this intense experience of itself? So the information which has intuitively been funneling into awareness in this center, this closed circuit of awareness, which is our friend here, which is a local human consciousness. This information pertains to our nature also in relationship to these other beings in our circle of humanoid creation, where we all give definition to each other. And he has been experiencing us as the cultivators, the farmers, the ones who engage in understanding the secrets of growth, of life, and of sustenance. And this is why we come to you and speak of circuits. Because from our perspective, you are very attached to the flows, aspects, and concepts of time as linear sequence. And yet, the thing which always seemed to trouble humanity is your poor sense of timing. You rarely know when to call it quits. And so very often your closed circuits become corrupted because they have no vitality from the chaotic pulse of the all flowing into them. You'll find this, for instance, in your attempt to simplify the genetic sequencing of crops. That is very unpredictable, and chaotic factors such as mysterious crop diseases or susceptibility to swarms and plagues of insects. These are things which crop up because you do not allow for the interchange between the wider energy and the closed energy, so that chaotic reformation and restoration of this ordered energy. At the same time, you often find then that your attraction to this wider sea of energy, to this experience of the oceanic life force of the all, that this is one you take in an infantile and often hedonistic fashion, where it becomes a type of drowning, where you are reluctant to re-emerge on the surface when it is time for you to come out of the waters after having dived to the depths. These are other realizations of your sense of timing. So time is the central factor which is being reconfigured in your awareness at the moment. Your concept of who you are and your concept of who we are is being redefined within this template of time. And so you see, what happens is that as awareness moves out of being trapped in one-dimensional flow, it becomes capable of reordering and reworking that flow from a removed standpoint. And so you are tapping in to these senses of timing, knowing your time, knowing when the deed is to be done, sensing then the energy and flow which exists between the thing you are doing, your awareness of it, and your existence in it, and its very manifestation, the fact that it is coming to be, because all these dimensions are temporal factors which flow together. And so what you are finding is that in your experience, time has ceased to flow as a type of continuum, and it is repeating itself rather as a type of composition where cyclical patterns, manifestation templates, energies which had certain frequencies, which brought things to come to pass at certain times in your life, they are repeated and they are supplementing each other. So what you find as you go through what you have come to understand as the awakening process, this physical realignment to other energies and the mind's readjustment to these same circumstances. As you go through this, you find that there is a sense of impeccable timing to the ebbs and flows of it. And what our friend here is coming to find, moving into the stage of completion of a 7-year cycle, which he has experienced, where this phenomenon you understand as the Kundalini, or the awakening serpent of awareness, which merges with the unified body, the totality of the whole. as he has lived through this, he finds that he is being dropped back into patterns of his earlier life and seeing their completion within this new pattern of change that has taken place locally with him. So you find that there is a flow in your reality, in your manifest being, which isn't a type of individual, smallish continuum which flows randomly from one point of beginning to a point of end within one great universal flow. But there is only the great universal flow, and your expression of these patterns and energies as they merge. So these reiterations of differences, cycles, growth spurts, closings and openings, all of these are outcroppings on a type of tree of life, knowledge, energy, matter, which grows not one type of secret fruit of knowledge, but all of the fruits of existence are connected into one trunk of being, and all brainwaves, all energy moving through matter and causing resonance are intertwined in one great rhizomatic structure, one great mycelium of awareness resonating and vibrating with itself, being aware of life growing itself into new shapes and colonizing all you call space and time with resonance, vibrancy, light and unity. And from this point where you are sitting, you are at the bottom of the well of reality, looking up into the flickering shadows and slivers of light which pass your senses by. From this closed view of your tongue, but you are at the bottom, and there is only one direction, upwards. Your awareness is locked into this ascent, and it is lifting you, not asking for your energy to lift yourself, but simply carrying you forward as you open up and let this magnetic attraction bring you through. The force of magnetism is the force of love itself in its most physical form. The force of gravity is the force of creation itself in its most physical form. The force of consciousness is the force of annihilation and rebirth in its most subtle and delicate form. It is precious to us that you are becoming what you are, where you are, and here in this shared space of heartful awareness, we shall meet you again. We, the Hathors, we depart this day, but we are with you all days in love and living awareness. Goodbye. I appreciated holding their vibration. They were delightful. So I hope that reached you well. Much love out there, guys.